Good morning, everyone. Welcome.
Hindi ko na narinig si Vinci. Kasi lakas lang.
Wait,
Sa party lang.
teka lang. Bakit hindi na ano to? Ba't ang lakas? Isa pa nga.
Wala akong narinig sa'yo, be. Susumayaw
Kaya-
Namumute ka ng Gmit. Namumute ka ng Gmit kapag may kasabay na music. Pero ang ganda. I love it. Excited na ako!
Nung
Ito
tinest
na.
ko siya, mahina siya. Wait lang. Hindi ko alam kung sino nag...
Uy, totoo na guys!
Totoo na, may intro na tayo. May intro trip na tayo.
Kasi dapat,
Artista na ako,
yung
Nay.
volume.
Pero alam mo,
Medyo fail lang. Pero bear with
Hindi man lang ako naligo today. Tapos,
Merong montage
pala.
ng
Sana
pictures.
sinabihan niyo
Kung
ako.
meron niyang montage ng pictures, ang lupit niyan.
Oh,
Diba?
grabe.
Gumaganon yung pictures natin.
Ganan?
Ulitin natin
Naniwala ako kay Kuya Earl kasi may sound effect.
Ulitin
Oo,
natin.
dapat may sound
Ano?
effect.
Yung medyo
Na-excite
malakas.
ako.
Okay. Sige. Medyo
Welcome
na yung skill ko
to
na
the Champions Couch.
Okay. Okay, isa pa.
Bakit hindi couch? Lounge.
Hindi, Champions
Kasi ate, di pa natin afford yung lounge. Couch pa lang yung afford natin.
Champions Lounge.
Oo,
Mag-enjoy
hindi natin yan.
Mas marami pa dapat upuan. Tapos nagkakaroon to ng tao.
Huwag kayong mag-alala kasi pupundaran natin para magkalaw.
Placeholder pa lang.
Okay. Placeholder pa lang. Yung final design. Sige.
Try natin ulit.
Tapos,
Sige.
wait lang. Dapat virtual background natin yun. Yung mga
Yung
bang...
couch.
Oo, yung
Oo.
mga...
Pwede, mamaya na tayo mag-postmortem na mag-ano muna
Oo.
tayo. Okay, kakat na lang natin yung first part. Anyway, in
Pero
3,
na-excite ako. Ganda. Thank you.
3, 2, 1. Good evening, everyone. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Magandang gabi, world. Welcome to Champions Lounge, the virtual Champions Lounge. So, ngayon, nagsama-sama kung virtual Champions.
Hindi ko na naman narinig si Vinci.
Hindi nyo naman ako rinig. Grabe.
May
Pero
nabubog yung
nag-enjoy
audio
ako.
mo.
Na-excite ako.
Pero
So,
I
ang
think
kasama natin-
welcome mo naman kami. So, okay na
Ito na nga, Jana. Sorry. Ito, first time natin na mag-podcast and bago ang lahat, magpakilala muna lahat ng champions na present dito sa pod na to. No? I'll start with myself. I am this week's host. Nag-rotate po kami ng hosts every episode. And I'm so lucky na ito yung first one na may format. My name is Vinci. I am part of the marketing team. And super excited ako to learn from my co-champions. With me here, isa-isahin natin sila. Hayaan natin sila na mag-hi. We have Jana from BA Services. Hi, Jana!
Hello po, I'm champion number 1.
Awesome! Nandito din si Earl from Sales. Hello, Earl! Good
From UK.
Hi everyone! Good morning, good afternoon. It's 2 p.m. sa side ko. I'm from the UK. I'm the Business Development Manager of Virtual Champions, employee number 11.
Ay, akala ko champion number 2. Parang candidate lang dapat po
Kaya
yun.
nga.
Okay, number 2.
Tama, may Q&A
Hindi ka
tayo
marunong
mamaya dito. Magkakatagisan tayo ng galing sa Q&A portion. We also have our kagawad from Operations in HR. We have Jel. Hi, Jel.
Hello po, champion number 3. Angelica Ocampo sa gabi, pero you can call me Jel, Operations, HR and Outsourcing po, consultant. Thank you po.
Yes, and huwag natin kalimutan yung Miss sa Miss Jel. Doon siya kilala. And last but not the least, syempre, ang ating kapitana, na President and Owner of Virtual Champions PH. Hi naman dyan, Miss Eloy.
You pose.
Ate, ikaw yung reigning champion. Oh.
Ako yung undefeated champion.
Oo. Ay, taray.
Welterweight. Welterweight.
Heavyweight. Heavyweight division.
Totoo. And I'm so happy na nasimulan natin tong pod na to kasi bukod sa nakakapag-catch up tayo, marami din tayong natututunan. And just for our listeners, we are...
Happy niya. Paano yung happy muna? Paano yung happy?
Very happy.
Seryoso na ka.
Actually, nasa gitna kami ng book club series and we would like to also extend the discussion with our listeners, no? And just to give you a little bit of a background sa pinag-uusapan namin ngayon, we actually, as a team, are reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. Ano ba tong libro na to? This book teaches you how to make small changes that lead to big results. And dito sa book na to, in-explain din ni author how habits work and provides practical strategies for building good and breaking the bad ones. So currently, ating topic for this week, i-cover natin yung chapter 6 and chapter 7. No? Chapter 6, which is motivation is overrated, environment often matters more, and the secret to self-control. And napakaraming controversial takes dito ni James Clear. And super excited ako na papag-usapan natin to. So without further ado, let's first head on over to our first segment sa pod. Burden.
Oh my God, may transit.
Gulat ako doon.
Well, enjoy ako masyado din sa control yung audio, di ba? Pero for our first segment, I prepared a few questions and keep in mind yung nabasa nating chapters when answering these controversial takes. And I'm sure you guys will agree with me na itong mga concepts na to ay, bongga, ganito pala siya. Hindi lang pala, self-control is not just about discipline. But before I get to ahead of myself, let's talk about the first question. Is environment really more important than motivation? So, ang context ng question na to is, dun sa chapter 6, sinasabi nung author na environment is more important than motivation. And then he has provided us some examples of that. Now, who would like to answer or try to answer this first question? Mas important ba talaga ang environment kaysa sa motivation?
Ako na lang po.
Okay,
Champion
Jana.
number 1.
Thank you. Hi, I'm champion number 1 and I believe. Sorry po. For me, it is actually kasi ako ay driven sa environment kung nasan ako. Especially kapag nagkakaroon ako ng opportunities to work on a different place, like co-working areas, co-working places, or even yung working with people na alam ko nagtatrabaho din. Somehow, it gives me that push na, ay, kailangan ko mag-work kasi this is a place that I should work. Mga ganon. So, for me, environment is really more important than motivation. Kasi, in a way, it serves as your motivation. Yung environment na ginagalaw.
Oo.
So, parang it goes hand in hand. Pero, yun.
Super agree dyan. At saka, kung babalikan natin si chapter 6, di ba sabi doon talaga, yung human beings, they're really wired to absorb and be motivated by what they see. Nakakatuwa yung numbers about meron daw tayong 11,000 na sensory receptors. Pero parang 10,000 doon dedicated sa kung ano yung nakikita ng mga mata natin. And kapag nakita natin yung environment natin, siguro sabi mo nga, yung nagtatrabaho lahat, busy lahat, engaged lahat, nakaka-influence din siya ng sarili nating behavior and motivation. So, tama ka dyan, Ben. Sino pa? Who would like to answer this question?
I wanna add lang din dun sa sinabi ni Jana. Kasi ako naniniwala talaga ako sa yung power of association. Parang you are the sum of the people you always spend time with. Kasi kapag ang kasama mo palagi mga high performers, mga driven people, mga dreamers, parang yun din yung vibrations na nagre-resonate sa'yo. So mas masipag ka rin, mas mabilis ka rin gumala, mas maliksi ka rin, mas excited ka rin. Sa work, sobrang evident nun kasi hindi naman sa hindi naman sa typecast. Pero sa isang malaking work environment, kapag yung mga masisipag, yung mga mabibilis gumawa, yung mga high quality work, hindi yung mga magkakasama, sila rin yung nasa friend group. Tapos pansinin niyo yung mga pupuri sa work, sila rin yung nasa friend group. Always ganun yun kasi parang hindi ka kasi comfortable na sumama sa mga hindi mo kapukpok. Kasi parang feeling mo, parang feeling mo kasi mali-left out ka. Ngayon, there's nothing wrong with that kasi yun talaga yung natural affinity mo eh. Pero if you want to outgrow that, kunyari may gusto kang baguhin na habit, gusto mo i-improve yung performance mo, then you have to make an extra effort to associate yourself with yung mga high performer. So, sabi ko nga kay Ninang, nung nag-Dubai kasi kami, sobrang naging bootcamp sa akin yung Dubai dahil change of environment. Tapos, pukpukan pa kaming dalawa. So, para siyang reboot talaga. Tapos kung i-associate ko naman siya dun sa workout habit na binibuild ko, iba yung level ng habit kapag 2 minutes away lang kasi sa akin yung gym. Tapos, dito parang normal lang talaga na nag-gym yung mga tao. Normal lang laging yung mga tao. So, parang we're not going up kaya yung habit. Environment tsaka power of us.
And speaking of that, let's move on to question number 2. And I really would like to hear Ate Eloy answer this question. Kasi, as you know, parang 2 weeks ago, nakatira ako sa kanilang mansion. And ang dami kong mga na-observe na kaya like for example, going into her office, di walang upuan. So standing desk talaga si ate. Kasi if you know Ate Eloy, di ba, very
Dumping.
Oo, meron siyang lazy boy dyan, pero yun ay para pag natutulog.
Kaya lakas mo ako maka-sales lady dyan sa pagtayo mo.
Pero pag nagtatrabaho talaga siya, nakatayo siya, tapos yung ultimo yung klima sa loob ng office niya, siya nag-aircon. May aircon lahat ng kwarto, pero yung office niya talaga conducive for tapos may yoga mat siya. So ate, how does one's environment, particularly yung mga visual cues?
Binasabi mo na eh. Ano ba yun?
Hindi kasi patotoo nga yung pamumuhay mo, di ba? So,
kasi before, nagtatrabaho ako, naka-slouch ako, nakaupo ako, or nakadapa ako sa kama. Yan, kasi yun yung normal, or parang feeling mo ang luxurious nung nagtatrabaho ka sa kama. Di ba? Kasi hindi mo nagagawa yun sa office eh. Pero hindi talaga siya sustainable kasi naranasan ko na 10 years na nagtatrabaho. Laging masakit yung likod ko. Feeling ko si hunchback na ako. Talagang hindi siya nawawala kahit magpamasaya ko. Nung nag-standing desk ako, nawala talaga. Saka it forces me to be more productive. Wala akong choice. Hindi ko kailangan ng motivation kasi wala akong choice eh.
So ate, ano ba yung mga visual cues pa na na nilalagay mo sa bahay mo to signal you? Kasi in terms of habit formation, di ba last week na pag-usapan natin, make it obvious if you want to promote good habits. Ano naman yung mga mga bagay sa environment mo that you're making invisible to discourage bad habits?
For example, dito sa office, walang, much as possible, wala dapat distraction. So, wala akong television dito or anything. Saka, isa pa sa mga ginawa ko sa environment ko, dati kasi, malapit ako sa city. So, andaling umorder ng pagkain. Pag kiklik ka lang pipindot ka lang ng konti, andyan na i-deliver na sa pinto. Ngayon, nasa bundok ako. Walang Jollibee, walang 7-Eleven. Wala ako, kahit Coke. Kung gusto ko bumili ng Coke, maglalakad ako malayo. So, ang tip ko sa inyo, meron kayo sa bundok. Pero magdalay tayo. Yun yung...
Okay, lilipat na kami dyan sa inyo.
No, then. Oo, pero we also have to acknowledge kasi sinabi din sa book, no? Paano kung nasa small space ka, hindi mo pa afford na lumipat sa ibang space? Sabi din sa chapter 6, kailangan i-outline yung area, kahit gaano kaliit, na designated for a specific activity. Sabi nga ni James Clear, one space, one use. So, hindi excuse, mga kaibigan, kahit maliit pa or apartment ka nakatira, you have to be intentional when it comes to designating your environment towards a habit that you are trying to form or a bad habit that you're trying to do. And speaking of, yes, sir. Nagtataas ko ba?
May gusto lang akong i-add, Vinci, kasi syempre matagal din naman ako tumira sa city. Nag-condo living din ako na para kang nakatira sa shoebox. So, kung hindi ka talaga organized, ang hirap maging productive. Ang naging kong way nun para i-boost yung productivity ko, may set time yung pagkain ko. Kasi yung dining table ko, yun din yung office table ko. So, may time yung pagkain, tapos may time lang talaga siya kasi kailangan ko siyang ligpitin tapos gawin ulit siyang office table afterwards. Otherwise, hindi siya conducive for working. So, yun. Puro tip para sa tip para sa mga condo living. Tapos, although cute sa Instagram yung meron kang laptop table na nag-work ka sa bed, hindi talaga siya advisable kasi yung bed, ang natural affinity mo for that is to rest. So, hindi ka ganun ka gina-gym magtrabaho talaga.
At saka din, remember our brains are always on autopilot. Nakakalito din sa cues. Remember, it's all about cues, di ba? Pagdating sa habit forming. And kung ikaw mismo, like for example, sa paggamit mo ng cellphone, while the use of mobile devices has been transformational, you can send an email, you can work, but at the same time, pwede mo din siyang gamitin to scroll sa social media, to do non-related work stuff. Nakakalito sa cues ng utak natin yun. And hindi siya maganda in the long run. Hindi nga siya sustainable, sabi niyo. Which leads me to my last burning question. No? Do you think self-discipline, self-control is enough to break bad habits? Ito to sa chapter 7 ng libro. Sobrang malaking paradigm shift siya sa akin. Personally, when before I started reading the book, akala ko it's all about your self-discipline, it's all about your self-control. Pero hindi pala. Your environment, if it encourages negative habits and behaviors, kahit gaano ka kadisiplinado, magpe-fail ka if the environment is setting you up to fail. So, what are your thoughts about that before tayo punta sa ating last segment? Does anyone want to add?
Siguro bilang may mga tropang chain smoker tsaka alcoholics anonymous. I can say sobrang kulang yung self-control. Sobrang rupok na yung mga nilalang. Kasi 3 years ka nang hindi nag-yosi, tapos sumama ka sa mga ropa mong nag-yosi, sure ako mag-yosi ka ulit.
True.
Yes. Kahit sabihin mo na, no, I'm no longer smoking. Kapag ang kasama mo ulit, lahat ng tropa mong nag-yosi, tapos ikaw lang yung hindi nag-yosi, kahit sabihin mong matibay ka, sobrang para ka nagsiswimming ng salungat doon sa daloy ng ilog. Parang ganun. So, mahirap talaga siya. Or, kunyari, former alcoholic ka, you're trying to avoid talaga, gusto mo maging sober. Tapos, dinala ka ng friend mo sa pub, I doubt mapipilan mong uminom. Unless umalis ka doon. So, self-control is one thing that's important. Pero, hindi talaga siya enough. Di ba yung mga monk nga, pumupunta pa sila sa bundok para iwasan yung mga temptations of the world. Kasi nga, sila, monk na yon, hindi talaga sufficient yung self-control.
Of course.
Yun lang.
Awesome. Thank you, Earl. Final thoughts, everybody? Insights and reflections. So, itong segment na to, I just want to give you space to share your key takeaways upon reading chapter 6 and 7 para naman ma-wrap up natin tong episode na to. So, let's call Jana. Jana, ikaw, anong takeaway mo dun sa last 2 chapters?
Bakit hindi naman si Jel? Kasi quiet siya. Pinasa.
Sige, next si Miss
Pass the
Jel.
message.
Oh.
Pero ako, ay sige, go Jel.
o, di
Ikaw
ba? Ano
pala
ba
muna
talaga?
kasi pinasa ko sa'yo. Pasensya na. My bad. Bye.
Ay, joke lang. Para sa akin kasi, maski sa work, no, ang non-negotiable na questions, kung di ko alam kung natanong ko na to kay Eloy, is how's the team? Ano yung dynamics ng team? How are you as a manager? Kasi alam ko sa sarili ko na makaka-apekto yung kung paano yung trato kung paano nagiging manager ang isang manager, ganyan. Kung paano niya tinatrato yung team niya. Is this person saying not so good words behind this person's back or even in front? Doon ko malaman kasi kung itong team na to ay something na kaya kong pakisamahan. Siguro another thing din yun nga sa chain smoking, kasi aminado ako, there was one point in our lives din na si Eloy nakita ko nag-smoke, kaya siya nag-smoke ulit. So, sorry agad, Eloy.
Kasalanan mo pala eh.
Oo,
Narinig ko ni Kuya
kasalanan.
lagot ka.
So, yun. Parang...
Ba't mo yun sinabi?
Ay, sorry.
Nag-aaway pa si Ate.
Okay, edit
Kasi
out.
Kuya Da.
Pero kasi sorry agad. Pero to tell you the truth naman, self-control is something na kasama rin naman siya when you're building boundaries then for yourself and for the sake of others. So, yun. Yun lang. Para sa akin, it goes both ways din.
Oo, talagang environment. What I took away from that is you influence the environment and the environment also influences you. So you have to be self-aware. Thank you. Sino next? Jana, ikaw, ready ka na ba?
Yes po. Hi, hello. Sa akin naman, yung key takeaways ko, kasi talaga yung self-control ko, mga -2 or baka -3. As in, hindi ako self-controllable.
Bago yun.
Struggle talaga siya kasi parang yung mind ko has a way of convincing me not to do this. Parang hindi, kaya mo pa yan. Yung ganon. Tapos nadadala ako. So maybe medyo baliw ako. Nag-self-diagnose. Pero ang key takeaway ko sa chapter 6 and 7 is really the importance of the environment. And same with Jel, for me, yung environment also comprises of the people that you stick with or the people that you consider as your community. Kasi if you want to form a new habit, katulad nga na sabi ni Kuya Earl kanina, kung yung mga tao sa paligid mo can't support you or does the other thing aside other than this habit na fino-form mo, mahihirapan ka talaga, lalo na if you lack self-control. So I think for me, one thing that I will carry from these chapters is ensuring na ensuring po na yung environment mo and the community that you're with is supportive dun sa habits and sa changes na binibuild mo for yourself. I remember lang one instance, pero hindi ko na lang papangalanan. Nag-volleyball kasi siya sa Balayan. Tapos, nag-yosi siya. Maraming tao sa Balayan. Hindi natin alam kung sino to, di ba? Tapos one supportive thing that I noticed na ginawa niya is nung nag-smoke siya, humiwalay siya from me. Or from me and Jel. Kasi ang point niya is para hindi kami matempt or hindi kami mag-try mag-smoke again. Which is one way I consider na my community is supporting me forming a good habit for myself even though nag-vape ako. Pero eventually we'll get there. So having a very supportive community and knowing na you're trying to build these good habits for yourself and them supporting you is really one thing to parang enrich your environment and to make sure na yung environment na ginagalawan mo is healthy for you and pushes you to build yung good habits na gusto mo i-build. Thank you po. Yun lang po. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much for that wonderful question, champion number 1. Ay, answer pala.
Oo.
Yeah. So, it's the
Answer yun, Be.
Oo nga. Sorry na. Okay. Next. Earl, ano takeaway mo sa chapter 6?
Ano na lang muna para yung natin, closing statement galing kay Nina. Sa akin ang
Closing remark.
takeaway ko dito is environment is the invisible hand that shapes your personality and
Antara, ilalagay ko sa start yan.
Napakaganda. Lupet.
so, syempre
Meron
pinagandaan
naman po tayong quotable quotes.
Kaya, you really have to make sure na nasa tamang environment ka. That's not just the physical place you're in, but the community or the tribe you're associating yourself with. Kasi, talagang you are the sum of the people you associate yourself. Kaya, yun, be careful with the people you surround yourself. Be careful din in protecting your heart, your mindset. Kasi at the end of the day, yun yung mga hindi mananakaw sa'yo ng ibang tao and only you can really control it. Yung ikaw lang yung pwedeng mag-take charge dun sa part na yun ng life mo. Yun lang. Thank you, Vinci.
Before we hand it over to Miss Eloisa Serrate, champion number 00, i-share ko lang din yung takeaway ko sa chapter 6 and 7. And I recognize the importance of the people that are around you, but I also recognize the importance of micro changes in your physical environment. Kasi
The people not around.
hindi, the people is one, being with the right people is one thing, but they're not with you 24/7. However, yung environments na ginagalawan natin, yung mga cues na pinaplant natin sa physical environment natin, malaki yung impact niya sa habits na pina-form at habits na binibreak natin. So, ang takeaway ko talaga is maglinis ng kwarto, mag-organize ng kapaligiran para ma-discourage ko na yung mga bad habits na gusto kong tanggalin at ma-encourage ko yung mga habits na gusto kong ma-form. Ayun. At self-control is such a short-term strategy. You have to make sure that along with your discipline, your environment supports the goals and also the things that you want to achieve. So, last but definitely not the least, Ate Eno.
Last.
Ano? I wouldn't last.
Kailangan dapat pang Miss Universe lagi pang huli. Kahit na ang dami kong calls today. Okay. Yung chapter 6 is about yung power of environment. I think it's not only the people na we surround ourselves with, but also yung choice that we make when we cut people out of our lives. Diba? Napaka-importante din nun. Kasi if those people, there would be people na would not support your growth. Kahit pa yung minsan kadugo mo or malapit sa'yo, pero hindi sila nagsusupport dun sa gusto mong ma-achieve. So I think doon tayo sa adulting phase na we have to make decisions on who to cut out in our lives and who to let in and to share our energy with. So we have to be very intentional. Napaka-powerful talaga ng environment. Si Earl nga nag-standing desk na eh. Ganun ka-powerful.
For the stand.
Ang gusto ko yung environment na sobrang powerful na mas madami na yung nasa book club. Ganon.
Ang next level ko po, hanging desk.
Ang next step, kuya, wala ka ng desk. Hawak mo na lang yung laptop tapos katayo ka na lang.
Yes. Ganun ka-powerful ang environment.
Floating desk.
Lagi sense tayo ng belongingness that we want to achieve. Diba? Lagi, or lalo na tayong group na to, diba? Very competitive tayo. So we always seek sometimes the validation of each other kasi we want to feel that sense of belongingness. Kaya I think, kaya talagang gustong-gusto ko to yung nagbubuklab tayo at saka nagkakaroon tayo ng parang naging accountability partners. And next would be yung discipline. And dito hanga ako sa asawa ko kasi sobrang disiplinado. Yun yung something na I lack sometimes, na siya naman yung talagang magaling doon. Pero pag kasi disiplinado ka, it becomes very easy You don't need to have willpower. Parang second nature, very natural na lang. So I really commend people na talagang disiplinado. Imagine yung husband ko, 10 years na siya sa trabaho. Imagine the amount of effort, discipline, every day is gigising ka ng on the dot, bawal malate. So I really admire people na may discipline and really commit to something na hindi lang pang panandalian. So that's why I'm establishing also, I'm building my habit because I want to be also that person. May mga good habits na naman, pero I think I have to start up more pa dun sa mga habits na yun. So, I need also your help to establish.
And I think na banggit mo to, di ba? Speaking of the power of environment, yung husband mo kasi, nandun siya sa environment na talagang rigid yung discipline. And even yung tatay ng husband mo na naliligo ng malamig sa umaga, nandun din siya sa environment na ini-encourage yun, napasa lang sa asawa mo. So, yun, nakakatawa lang talaga na testament yung mga experiences natin sa truths na sinasabi nitong book. And with that, I'd like to close this episode of the podcast. Hindi ko alam kung gagana yung audio, pero maraming salamat po sa ating mga champions at sa ating sa mga nakinig. Sana may mga natulong tayo. Ayun. Maraming salamat.
Sorry, may outro. Nahilo ko sa outro.
Thank you.
Alam mo, hindi handa.
I think dapat mag-OBS ka, Vinci.
Nagpagupit pa si Vinci tsaka nag-base shot na ligo for today.